Welcome to Thousand and Glass Podcast. I'm Latoya,
And I'm Kendra.
and this is a weekly podcast where we share our thoughts and opinions on a variety of topics.
So sit back, relax, and join us on a conversation of real, raw, and ridiculously funny commentary.
Period. Every week we do a drink of the night. Kendra, what's the drink tonight?
Tonight's drink is called the Energizer Bunny. Ready for Easter. Very easy to make. You're gonna cut one of your peeps in half. Whatever color peep you have is fine. You're gonna cut it in half, keep your top of garnish, and keep your bottoms for use your bottoms for the ingredients. You're gonna do 4 ounces of espresso, 3 ounces of whiskey, an ounce and a half of coffee liqueur, and 1.5 to 2 ounces of vanilla creamer, and then shake over ice, strain, pour it in, shake it a little bit more so you can get your little foam at the top, garnish, and have a time.
Cheers.
Mmm,
That's pretty good.
that's nice.
It's just like a
Espresso martini
yeah,
with a
but
little kick,
exactly
with a little cute,
with a little twist.
with a little cute.
But I like that Energizer bunny. That's cute. Cause it's Easter this
It
Sunday.
is. It's, first of all, let me say something. I know we say this every freaking year, all of the time. This year is going by fast.
I know.
Why are we already in April?
I actually think the year is just going by, and I think we just don't be caught. Like the brain just don't be catching up.
No, I think that this year has definitely been substantial, not substantial, because I think every year goes by fast. I think part of the reason it's going by fast, and it's gone by faster when this foolala is happening in our government because it's always something happening. He's always on the news. We always got this. It's like always something.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like a month is like four.
Yeah.
Because what usually happens in most administrations, what it's something every 4 or 5 months that's like, oh,
Yeah. Like
shut down stuff, or this is how, like it just be the
something.
normal
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
This one is like gas prices up. We at war. We not at war. They want to make a deal. We don't. And then the fact that all of these places are making their own memes, and we just all. It's like I say with the kids. I'm so tired of living my life on the edge. And when you live your life, you always are tense. And I'm not even just like, you know how you just on the edge and dangling. No, I feel like we had a slant on the edge.
You teetering.
Teetering, like just one little, you dead. You see the movies when they be like, everybody move to the back so we could.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody keep inching forward. Like, what you're going the wrong way. The hell's going on?
We're cooked.
We're cooked. We're cooked. Somebody save us.
So it's April,
It is April.
which is crazy. You were busy.
Yes.
You was outside doing the things.
I was being a mother, as
That's
Joshua
true.
says. Mother!
We had to take a little breather.
We took a breather. Listen, we tried to get it all right.
Yeah.
Perry says
I mean, things
no.
be happening.
Things be happening. But in my mind, I really was like, okay, we're going to do this. I'm not the one that be like, are we doing such and such? I was like, are you still? And I'd be like, yeah, my mind, I'm there. But I was like, let's do this on Tuesday. Tuesday came. We literally talked Tuesday afternoon. And I said, all right. And you said, I'll see you in a little bit. And I said, yes, indeed. I responded, yes. All intents and purposes, I was going to be recording. Baby, I got home and put my pajamas on and got in the bed. And woke up when I saw your text saying, are you ready? And I said, we were supposed to record. That's when I text you. I saw it when I texted you that morning. Like,
I figured.
That's my bad. That was on me.
I got home and that brain was like, everything else.
It's gone. It said, what you thought you was doing today. And then it said, and this is what you really going to do today. I was so embarrassed. I
kind of figured though, as it was getting later and later, I said, oh, she went to sleep.
I was so
Especially
embarrassed.
When you didn't respond, I was like, oh yeah, she's asleep.
I said, and Latoya up, she could have been in the bed having a time. Then I was like, all right, maybe on Wednesday. Then you was like, girl, my stomach is hurting. I said, do you just not, is this not a recorded week?
It wasn't.
I said, God, dog.
Because by the time we got there, I was like, listen,
Yeah, and then I
We'll
like
see the people next week. We see the people next week.
And we did good. We did over a year of.
We did. We have been very consistent.
We have been very consistent. I'm sorry,
I
y'all.
do think that we say this all the time. I do think that we need to build in breaks. We don't do that.
Yeah.
We need to build
we did
in
it. We did it the first year. I think, and then the second year was kind of like, but then last year we really was like, oh, we on our third year. No, we're in our third year now. So the second year we was like, no, we really going to every time, da 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 da. And so now I can understand why podcasters are building in those breaks.
Even if it means like we batch record.
Yeah.
And so like y'all still get weekly episodes.
Yes.
But like we are taking a break.
Yeah.
I just think we don't do a good enough job at like looking at the
full
like
I think we look at it, but then we be like, oh, but we could just squeeze it in here. We could do this, that, and then the squeeze in be like sick. Later time. Go to the hospital. Like so dumb. Life says, shut up.
But we appreciate y'all for giving us grace.
We do.
Nobody complained. It's because usually when I post and I be like, it's no episode this week, our audience will text and be like, what's going on?
What's happening? What y'all doing? Why y'all? Who's sick?
So nobody did that this time, so we appreciate the grace.
Because listen, we did
everybody
the
was on spring break.
Yes, everybody was doing. Everybody was doing their own. Everybody's planning for their own kids stuff, and you not because you like. I know for PG County, science fair is happening, so you're not really thinking about. When I tell you, I'm so over science fair, and then here come my mother like, well, if you didn't do science fair, you wouldn't know if you wanted to be a scientist. Yes, you would.
I mean,
I know my child don't want to be no scientist.
I see where she's coming from with that, but I do think it is a little
because it don't be
like why can't and teachers? I'm sorry. Because I know y'all gonna get mad at this. Yeah. Like, why can't we do a project? Why can't the class do a group project school in class?
And so they did so in Jonathan's school they did a like bridge thing, and I appreciate that, and I get it, and I know that the words are like, yeah, I still gotta do stuff at home. Those are your kids. I understand, but science fair takes a lot out of not just like the child. But it's a lot for the parents because you're the one because kids gonna find something ridiculous to do. Like Jonathan was like, oh, let's do this lemon power thing. No.
But you know what? Maybe that's like as a parent, maybe that's our fault of like trying to get them to meet a certain standard. Like you should have let him do it. Like you pick something ridiculous. Now you the one that got to stay up all night researching it. Like,
but it's even with fourth grade, even with the research, it's gonna be half. But then it's also like purchasing. But it's like purchasing the stuff. And you do want your child to not just feel like they like you want to be attentive, and they also have to use the computer where he knows how to. I mean, he typed better than the other ones, but you have to still do all of the things.
Yeah, like guiding.
You have to be there to guide, and I get it. When you only have one child, fine. When you got a bunch of little raggities that got to go to this thing and got to go to that thing and got to do this and got to do that. It is overwhelming. I know in Virginia, they have stopped. They don't do the science fair. Yeah, so it got done. The science fair was finished.
I'm not of that opinion. I enjoyed science fair in school. I really liked it. I came in second place twice.
I hated science fair. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. And then my mother's like, she went to school to be a teacher, so she also did not make it fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think that's the difference, too. But my experience was different. Then again, it wasn't my mom, too. My aunts and uncles were teachers. So it's a different type of relationship where, like, they made it fun. Versus, I think if it was my mom, it would have been a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know. Because I posted this on my TikTok recently talking about the book and doing the life coaching stuff. Mm-hmm. I do think that when you live with educators, the standards are very high. And so you always are kind of like nervous about anything that you do because your mom is going to be like, well, you spelled this wrong or why you ate, so that's coming. And so that does put pressure on you. So I can understand as a mom how you're like doing this now with your kids, and it's like you got that pressure of you got to do it right. It has to be. So I get it.
And then it's like now it's not even the fun part of putting the stuff on the board because you used to have a board and this and that. Everything is like, oh, just email the teacher.
Oh, it's all electronic.
Yes.
Oh.
So now you're like, so you can't put the frills and stuff. That was the fun part of decorating your board. Because after you've written everything and after you've done all the things and the pictures or whatever, the part that was fun, it was to show your board off. Anyway, so it got done. I did. Well, this is me going into this week.
Before we get into the week,
okay.
Since it is the 1st of April, we gotta talk about Autism Acceptance Month. Yes. And then, so tomorrow is World Autism Acceptance Day. I didn't know that, April 2nd. We also know we got Easter coming up on Sunday.
Yes, he has risen.
April got a lot going on. There's Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. I didn't know that was April. Workplace Violence Prevention Awareness Month. Arab Heritage Month. And then National Volunteer Month. Which there might be some more, but those are just the ones
that kind of pop out.
Yeah.
I think that, there are the big ones, right? But a lot of the months have a lot of things.
Yeah.
Going
but it'd be stuff that like National Donut Month. You know what I mean? Like
I like a free donut day. You hear me?
I feel like
give the donut.
7-Eleven. Like, yes, each month does have a lot going on, but some months it just be frilly stuff. It be some fool-la-la, as you say.
Why we was child? My mother said, "Now what did you say? The fool-la, girl." She's like the la-la, the fool-la-la, girl.
You gonna have everybody saying that
because it's the fool-la-la. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. So a lot going on in April, but anyway, back to your week. How was your week?
The week was good. I spent most of my week preparing to leave for Jayla's birthday celebration in Massanutten, which was really, really nice. We had a good time. Left on Wednesday. I took off that day, so we left. And shout out to Turo, because I went on to Enterprise. This is a few months ago. Went on to Enterprise, was trying to get like a 12-passenger van or whatever. $1,000. A little bit more because then you got the taxes and all the other stuff. Turo, I got the same thing now. It was an older model, but you only need it for the same 3 days that I was trying to get it from Enterprise, $400.
Wow.
Massive savings.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever looking for things like that, now you have different ones. You have more upgraded vans and models and stuff like that. But I've used Turo for a couple things. One for Jayla's 8th grade prom.
Okay.
Dropped her off in that, and then for Davon's birthday for the day, we had the charge, and then this time for using the van.
But also, we ain't sponsored by Turo, so
that's true.
Because that was definitely an ad.
It was.
Turo, we need some money.
I need some coins. We went down, got there late-ish on Wednesday, ordered pizza, found a pizza place that was late. That area, and I know I've seen, and I've been going to Massanutten for years. You've been going to Massanutten for years. When I tell you they building it up around there.
Oh, they are?
Latoya, they have a First Watch down there.
Oh, for real?
They have Walmart now. They have
They've been had Walmart, though.
Now, I hadn't seen it. When I first was going down there, I ain't seen no Walmart.
They've been had Walmart.
Oh. And then they have the Ross, they have the Home Depot, they have all of those things. I saw Smoothie King. They're changing the lanes up. They're really
it's also a college town. They have Jamison College, not far from Massanutten.
Yeah, and then they have Massanutten Military School, and that one's like so. But yeah, so they building it up. I said, oh, okay. I did go to the grocery store Thursday morning. Had like a full breakfast spread for the girls that day. They took, and it's time to get up. I had to go to the grocery store, cleaned up. They goes and take a nap. Now after I have finished cleaning up, now I want to
wait. So you drove the whole
way,
get there, ran the errands, cleaned up.
So
and they the ones that took a nap.
Got there about 9. The girls did help. Cause at that time we only had the 4, including Jayla, her friend. Kayla, Janae, and Davon came the next day, which was Thursday after work.
Okay.
So I had Jayla and 2 of her friends, and my niece Choi, my mom, and myself. So once we unloaded everything, I found a pizza, because the Pizza Hut that I wanted to go to closed at 10 o'clock. So I didn't know that. But anyway, it was the one that was further into like the town area that was open until 11. So I went and got pizza, came back, everybody ate, they went on to bed, we went on to bed. But I got up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, went to the Walmart, did all the grocery shopping. I was like, are you just going to go for what we need for breakfast. I said, I'm not going to run up and down this.
Yeah.
I want to get everything. So
yeah.
I had the whole list. I got everything. And then came back. My mother made all the meats that I had already, because I had went Wednesday before I picked up the car. Did all of my grocery shopping here and went to like BJ's, got the stuff that I could get in bulk.
Stuff, yeah.
So she had started making like all of the meats and stuff. So by the time I came back, we just needed to do like, just like potatoes, other things like that. The girls come, they eat, which one thing that was nice, because I had like a 4-bedroom, that they had their own utensils and plates and stuff, so they brought their stuff. Mm-hmm. So when they went back, when I tell you them girls was putting that stuff in that, they ain't washed nothing. They was putting that stuff in that dishwasher. Every time when the load was loading. So they go back and take, because it's quiet, they take a nap. So we finished cleaning up and just kind of chit-chatting with my mom. So around 3 o'clock, I finally be like, okay, well, I can take me a little nap. They like, well, what we about to do? I said, well, what y'all been doing? She's like, oh, we napped. I said, well, everything is closing because it's Thursday. It's not like a regular day. So we did go and do some go-kart racing. Oh, and I had the boys too.
And this was her 17th?
Yes.
Okay. Y'all old enough. Go do what y'all gonna do.
But you have to drive them to, because we weren't up the mountain. We were on the main thing. So I drove them up the mountain. And so we did the go-kart racing. Then they were like, oh, we want to go to look for pajama pants, because Jayla had this whole Spider-Man theme thing. So we went to the Walmart. We went to Ross. They didn't have it. Then we ended up going to Target. Target had them. And so after that, now I'm like, everything's closed, meaning on the mountain. You guys want to do so now I have to go back and start cooking dinner. Mm-hmm. So what did I make? I made tacos. Mm-hmm. They had tacos for dinner. By the time the tacos and stuff were done, Janae, and Jayla's last friend that came up. So that everybody's eating, clean up. Next morning is her birthday. So I'm up early. Let me tell you how extra my child is. She say everybody call her J5. I don't know who she thinks she is. No, they don't.
They do.
Okay.
I seen her prom thing. Everybody was calling her J5.
That's because she told them to call her J5.
Well,
she had her friends putting J5 on their nails for her birthday.
She is who she thinks she is.
So they did it. And then everybody had the Spider-Man pants. Even Joshy. I had him a whole Spider-Man set out on. He was cute. Dapper down. So, what was I saying? Oh, so that morning, so we got into the car. And one of her friends, before she got into the car, was like, because they called me Mama Cole. Jayla really said she would love to be woken up to from her dad, some surprise flowers and a whole thing. And I was like, what you do? So I get up early. So Davon's, of course, there now. And I'm like, your daughter want flowers. He's like, I said, well, I already have to go to the store. Do you want me to go get them? Because I wanted to get some stuff to decorate. And he was like, yeah, unless you want me to go to bed. Because now, where's the energy? So I go, get all her little stuff, some decorations and things like that. And then we get back. My mom is finally up. We do all the cooking. She looking at him. He think he on vacation. Get up in this kitchen.
That's what I was thinking.
Get on this kitchen.
He talking about, girl. You got there, was running around. He got there, he got to sleep.
Girl. So got all in a nice little setup. I do have the video. I am sending the video.
Okay.
I'm sending the video. I'm sending a video, sending some pictures. My mom did a video of her coming in. She was so pressed. So pressed. And then they went and got their nails done. Or feet done. Because most of them already had their nails done. But they didn't get a chance to get their feet done. And then they came back in. What did we do? On Thursday, they did the go-kart racing again. They did the escape room, and then they had dinner. We did do the sip and paint. Mm-hmm. They had their little thing, so we started that before they went to the escape room because they had about maybe 45 minutes. I was like, at least y'all can start, and then when y'all get back during dinner or whatever, y'all can finish your stuff. So they did their sip and paint, went to the escape room, and then they got dressed and did the night tubing, and that was super cute. So I think they did night tubing before dinner, but they did the night tubing, and they was like, there was nobody really on the mountain. And what was nice was, I don't know why it is, but up on that mountain it's a lot warmer. Mm-hmm. And so they had snowsuits and stuff on, and it was coming up out of our clothes. I said, well, I'd rather you have had too much than not enough. Yeah, but they were like, and it wasn't really nobody there, so they just kept going up and down, which is, I like it when it's around this time. Now you don't get to do the skiing and stuff, so if you want to do the skiing, you want to go earlier in the season. But if you really are just going for like snow tubing, because they have tubing all throughout the year, but they still have just enough snow for you to be able to do that. And it was warm enough. So they did that, came back, had dinner. We made cupcakes. For Jayla to have all of these things planned, baby girl was in the bed. She ate and went to sleep. I said, y'all didn't do the cupcakes? They was like, we want to, but Jayla sleep. Jayla don't care. Friends up or not. Y'all have a time tonight. I picked who I picked so y'all can, what is it? Talk amongst yourselves.
The cupcakes would have still been made.
So I guess they all went to bed. So then the next day, we got up early-ish. Devon, Jayla, and Janae went horseback riding. So they enjoyed that there, and they went to First Watch for breakfast. And then, I'm trying to think, that's when the last day we went to the water park. Basically, at the water park all day. After that, came back, they were showering and stuff like that. I made burgers and dogs with some fries. Had that, and it was
headed back home.
Clean up time. And we got a lot of stuff cleaned up. I put a lot of stuff in the freezer so that on the way home, even if it was melting a little bit, it wouldn't go bad. Yeah. But that was just about it. Got back to work. Nothing.
Y'all had a time.
Oh,
I meant to tell you, I saw her, she posted on Instagram, so I saw her all white photo shoot that she did, or whatever you want to call it.
That's what I was getting ready to say. So we go to bed. First thing, the day, as soon as it turned midnight on that Friday, do you know these little black children I should have put the chain, and I was too lazy. I said, I'm going to go put that chain on the door. They think they're coming in here interrupting my sleep. Did I get up and do it? No. At midnight, woo! The streamers and everything. In our room. Y'all could do that in y'all stuff.
Where was Jayla? Was in your room?
Yes, they came. So
why she didn't sleep with her friends?
She did. What I'm saying is so it was two separate, so it was like units. It was one unit, but it has two separate doors. Right? So it was unit, so it was in 225F and 225P. The F has the full kitchen. That's what we were in. The P is the partial. Yeah. They were in the partial. So there's no door connecting outside of the outside door that shows where the two units are. Right. So you have to come out of your unit and to come into our unit. Well, all the keys were the same.
Got it.
They came up in there screaming, dancing on the thing.
But why?
That's what I said. Cause she like, this the birthday. Yes, and they all.
So why couldn't they have done that over there?
That's what I'm saying. Oh. And then Jonathan, Joshy and Jonathan in there. It's my birthday. Bow. Happy 17. Hey. Please, back up off me. Everybody, the house was quiet. My mother had her earphones and she didn't hear nothing. You hear the people could break in there. She had.
Listen. You already know that's my twin. Because I be popping them earplugs in.
She had her, because she was, whatever she was watching, and she fell asleep right away. I said, Mom, you ain't hear that stuff? She said, They jumping. It's the birthday. It's your birthday. And she all on the bed. I said, God, our beds. People that's underneath us. God, I'm tired. And then the photo shoot, they did that at 1:00 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
The Saturday before we were leaving.
So Sunday morning. She wasn't that tired. She was able to do her makeup and put herself together, had on her little outfit and everything.
They slept
1:00 in the morning.
At 1:00 in the morning. So then I'm waking them up. I did let them sleep a little bit, but I'm waking them up like, hey, we gotta get out of here by 10. They dragging, and slept the whole way home, of course. Then anytime I said, well, who? I'm interrupting her because I need to know who getting dropped off. She's like, why? Nobody told y'all to be until 2:00 in the morning.
Low key, this may be a little sadistic of me, but I like when they do that. Like when I would have all my cousins over and they will remember this story differently, but for me it was fun. So I'll be like, oh, we're gonna go to Kings Dominion or whatever. They would come over, spend the night, and I would tell them we're getting up at 6:00 in the morning. Mind you, they're like 10, 11, 13, whatever. We're getting up at 6:00 in the morning. What they want to do? Play video games all night.
They having
a time at 4.
Very sadistic.
And they be like, I don't know where my shoe is. I be like, let's go. Look, and then when we in the car, music loud. It's trap music. Y'all not falling asleep in here? Get up. You going to Pennsylvania.
Tired. I got 2 good hours to get some sleep in.
They be so over me. They be over me. They be like, please.
They was in that joint.
This is not fun. Y'all stayed up all night.
All they had was bonnets on and headphones. That's all you saw. Everybody like this.
I also love when they eat all their snacks and then I don't buy more. Like, they be so pissed. And I'm like, I told y'all. Like, I'm like, okay, y'all can come over. We'll have a sleepover. We'll go to the store. I'll buy you whatever you want. Whatever snacks you want, you can get it. That night, they eat everything. I'm not going back to the store. I'm not buying breakfast. I'm not cooking anything. What y'all have is what y'all have.
Dang, you ain't doing no breakfast? See, we do.
We went to the store. Did you buy cereal? You was able to get whatever you want. Did you buy stuff for breakfast?
That's not my job. It's the main meals my job.
I told you to get what you needed.
The kids don't know what they need. They know we want candy.
I know, but it's like...
See, you the problem.
They be fucking it up, too. They eat everything. They eat all their noodles. They eat all their Takis. They eat everything. They be in a coma next morning. Can we have... Where's your stuff?
See, you ain't right.
We ate it all.
You ain't right.
I guess you're going home hungry.
You ain't right. You ain't right.
But they learn after a while. They be telling their friends, too, like, if you go to Toya house, don't eat all your chips.
And they did good. We took a lot of stuff like chips and stuff. They got some noodles and stuff. They did really good. They cleaned up their little area.
I mean, they older too. They're a lot older.
So they had a time.
Yeah.
So now I have a 17-year-old who thinks. So now it's like we were having a conversation, and she was like, "Oh, I'm talking to this guy, and he's 18." And I was like, "18?" She said, "Well, Mom, 17." I said, "You've been waiting to want to say some shit like that."
Yeah.
Because I'm annoyed at this point.
We gotta... I want to talk about that, but not right now. I need to let my thoughts marinate because it's, to me, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of this commentary about age difference in relationships and things like that. And I don't have a fully formed take on it just yet, but I do have a lot of thoughts around it.
Okay.
A lot of thoughts.
Okay.
Anyway, my week was okay. On last weekend, since we didn't talk to y'all last week, I told you I was gonna have brunch with my best friend at her birthday was the end of February. We ended up doing it at the end of March.
Yeah, finally.
So I know we did do that. And it was good to catch up with her because she's been really busy and I'm always busy. So we don't really get to catch up. I mean, we text and all of that, but like we don't really get to like be in each other's space that often. So I had a good time with her. But we went to Miss Toya's. And, okay, so when we went, which I know this was a while ago, but when we went, I don't remember it being like this. I thought that you could order, when we went, you could order a la carte, right? You could order specific things, or did you have to order off the brunch menu? Because I thought we had all ordered a different entree, and then we had got some appetizers.
I know, but then I wonder, so is it all day brunch? No,
so on Saturday, it's brunch. I think it's till a certain time. I think it's like from 10 to 3 is brunch, and then they serve lunch.
What time did we go, though?
I don't remember what time we went, but I remember I got fish and grits, which is a brunch thing. I remember we got the deviled eggs. I don't know, what did you have? Do you remember? I know it was a while ago. I know it was a minute.
I don't feel like I might have got like pasta. I don't remember, because I've been to a couple of different brunch things, and then we went. Now I might be mixing up when I went with Yvonne and I went.
With his mom?
No. We took Joshy. Did we take Jonathan? I don't even know who went. I know Joshua went. But...
Well, anyway, I'm only bringing this up because I was surprised when I got there. Because in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm going to order this, I'm going to order that, and then I'll just take some stuff home. When I got there, they were like, yeah, so in the morning, it's brunch buffet only. Okay. We don't do a la carte.
What time did y'all go?
This was at 10 o'clock.
I wonder if they change it, even though they have brunch, do you have lunch after 12?
I don't know.
Because I think we went later.
Yeah.
I'm for sure we went later than that. And I wonder if, because there are people that come at lunchtime that don't want brunch. And it's close enough to, I think it's after 12, the brunch menus are still available until 3, but you don't get it's kind of like if there
You
was,
don't have to get the buffet.
if the words were, I think so, because they were asking us, were we doing buffet or we doing a la carte?
Right.
So if you went at early, meaning the morning time frame from, well, maybe from,
They open at 10, so from 10 to noon.
right, maybe breakfast, because
Yes.
they need time to cook all the other
Got it.
things.
That kind of threw me off though, because in my mind I was like, damn, I don't want the brunch buffet because it's 10 o'clock. Even though I haven't eaten, I don't have that much of an appetite to really. I was prepared to take food home. Like, I wanted to take food home.
I think we went. I know we went later than that.
So that threw me off. And then when we went there, I remember we didn't feel like the food was the best we ever had, but it was decent. I went to the one in Laurel this time because we went to the one in
Bethesda area.
Yes, I was gonna say Columbia.
I think it's Bethesda because Columbia is going towards Laurel.
You're right. So this was the one in Laurel. And no shade, I'm never trying to bash a black business. It just, the food for whatever reason was not hitting for me. And we ended up getting the brunch buffet because she wanted to try a couple things. And I tried probably 5 things off the menu. And nothing really like
was. And I think Davon gave that same thing. He was like, it was okay. Nothing to really write home about. It wasn't terrible. Because we did the one in Bethesda. I wonder, because I haven't done the one in Laurel, because you also have one off Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yes. But that one's only carry out only.
Oh.
That's why we didn't go there.
Got you. And I know there, and it's always like this. Certain places, there are some that's better. I went to the Real Milk and Honey. So I've done the one in Bowie. And it was okay. But I did the new one in Camp Springs. For me, that one was better.
Yeah.
But I think the Camp Springs one
like the Camp Springs one too.
Yeah. So, it's hit or miss sometimes depending on who's the cooks behind.
Yeah.
Even though everything should kind of be the same.
And that's not shade to them. Like, if y'all want to go ahead. That's no shade to them. What I do feel is shady. They charged us a $30 service charge. But
this is the thing.
Which was outrageous to me because the brunch was already $50 by itself. Yeah. Like, it was 50, ended up being maybe like, let's say it was like 55, like after, everything. So brunch, 55 for me, 55 for her. She got the unlimited drink package. I didn't. And I did appreciate that because normally when somebody gets it, they say the whole table has to get it. Yep. But I told the girl, I said, we celebrate my friend's birthday. I'm driving. I'm not going to be drinking anything. Yeah. And I understand if that's your policy, but I just don't think it's fair. Yeah. Especially when the mindset is to have a designated driver. Right. Yeah. And so she was like, no, you don't have to do that. So, okay, that was cool, right? But that was an extra 25. So I'm already at, right now, 130, 140 just for this brunch. To then get the bill and see that it was like $29.99 service charge, that really bothered me. That really bothered me. And it's not, I know some people be like, well, if you can't afford it, you shouldn't go out, blah, blah, whatever. I paid my bill and I tipped. So it wasn't a matter of being able to afford it. It was a matter of, what am I paying for? Yeah. Like, what the service charge, what is that for? What service is that? Yeah. And I think part of the service charge is what they're paying the back, because unfortunately, and it affects the masses, when you're only tipping, even though they either not tipping, only tipping 15%, whatever, the economy has changed. And it's not our fault that you are in a tipping industry, right? So servers only make, I want to say, maybe like $5 an hour, right? Because the bulk of their money comes from tips. Correct. The people in the back may make $15 an hour, but they still get tipped out. Yeah. So the service charge is, okay, well, you get paid 15%. So I think they look at it as, it's unfair to the servers that you're getting paid 15%. Let's say that's only $10. Well, so that means today, for that service, for that hour, you only made $12. Right. It becomes unfathomable to continue in this situation. Yeah. So I think what they did with the service fee is, okay, what we'll do is to allow you to keep more of your deserved money, because you're the one going out this and for, we'll do a service fee. Part of this, and it's a lot of stuff that continued to stay and was snuck in
during COVID, because that was a big, like after COVID, it was like, oh, the COVID recovery fee kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. I think they've changed that to, oh, well, if people were willing to pay the COVID recovery fee, they'll pay a service fee
Yeah.
if they really want to be out.
Right.
I say this, like, Walgreens used to be 24 hours.
Yeah.
After COVID, I was like, oh, we open at 7, we closing at, 9.
11 or whatever time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what happened to 24 hours? COVID stopped all of the things, and it was like, oh, people, and that's what happens. People were okay when this was happening, we could just keep it this way. And I think that's because I know in Virginia, I think it went up to like 30% service fee.
Wow.
Because
I hate that because I to me, I feel like put it in the price.
Yes.
I would rather have just paid $75 for the brunch.
Yeah.
Than to say, oh, the brunch is 50, but then we're going to charge you an additional $30 service charge. And I also get it when it's a large party. It was just me and her.
Yeah.
And we were there at, I think our reservation was like 10:15.
Mm-hmm.
The restaurant had just opened at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like it was a lot of people and you had to have more servers there. I don't care for that. I feel like if you're trying to balance out, and bring in more money and just make the experience more expensive itself.
Yeah.
And then I can decide, do I want to pay $75 for brunch or not?
Yeah.
And then we can go from there.
Yeah.
If I'm already committing to that, then I'm already committing to it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's trickery.
Honestly, part of it is trickery because if you see that it's going to be $75 to go to brunch, most people are not doing that.
But to me, I feel like that eliminates the people that you don't want anyway. Because if I'm willing to pay $75 for brunch, then I've already wrapped my mind around this is going to be $150 experience.
But the thing is no, they know it's not going to be $150 experience.
But you telling me up front what the price is, so I'm already committed to it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't think the mindset is because a lot of people are not going to pay, $55 for that kind of brunch anyway. I could do $75 at Park, unlimited mimosas, brunch, and a song and dance.
Right.
So it is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But at Miss Toya, you're not getting that same vibe and experience. So what am I paying for if I pay $75?
Well, they did have we stayed, and then I didn't like this either. She was like, okay, it's a 2-hour seating time, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So our reservation was at 10:15. So at 11:55, she came back and said, hey ladies, did you want me to put anything else in? You got about 15 more minutes on the seating time. Mm-hmm. That irritated me.
And that's the other thing. And I get it. This is another thing that happened during COVID. Like, they was 2 hours was your max. Before, you was in there lingering around. Excuse me. That was the same thing at Park. And I don't know how long they've had that. And they may have had that for a while. They also are trying to get people in, right? Because you do have the people who, which this is what I don't like. And I don't like people, and I get it. You catching up, you having a little thing, you're doing whatever, but you don't realize how, okay, let's say your meal, it was just the two of you, you paid one something. Let's say you stayed there because, like my mom would talk about with she and my godmother, she's like, oh, and we end up staying there and sitting there for about 4 hours. Mm-hmm. Well, you know how many times I could have turned over this table? Mm-hmm. And so I'm only making, and you're not going to keep ordering the same amount that the next person would make.
Yeah. So
I've only made this $175 in these 4 hours where I could have made almost $500. So I think that's another thing.
And I do get it. Mm-hmm. I do get it. But this may be, and we talk about this may be a soft skill, but it's the approach.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the way you come at people, because if I'm in her field, this is how I would have handled it. Hey ladies, it's about 11:55. If you guys are still having a good time, if y'all still want to, talk and everything, I can go ahead and clear these dishes out the way and seat you at the bar so that y'all can continue ordering drinks and kind of continue the conversation. And I'll go ahead and the tab will follow you over to the bar.
Yeah.
Just because in my mind, I'm thinking, one, I definitely want the tip. You know what I mean? Or I'll say, I can close you out at the table and I can go ahead and let the bartender know what you're drinking. We can get you started at the bar. Because in my mind, I'm like, yes, I want to turn the table over, but I also don't want to offend the people that are currently sitting here because they haven't even paid their bill yet. And I still want the tip.
Yeah, and I think I think that is the thing. The knowing how, and I don't think GMs do this, because we know we have a time limit, there is also a way to get your point across without, but if you're not being taught that, you coming in as a 21-year-old server, you like, we were told, get these people up out of this chair. And there's some people that's like, hey, because I've had managers come over and say, guys, you only had, calm down.
Right.
You know, like,
and I just think before you get the money, in my mind,
be all you could be. As they always say.
Because if I'm trying, because at the end of the day, I want you to pay,
yes,
and I want to get a good tip. So I'm not going to say anything that I feel like could be even remotely offensive before I get that money.
I need my money on.
Before I get the money, everything is going to be, take your time.
Yes,
take your time. Yes. You know what? It is 2 hours, but you see, this is me. It is normally 2 hours, but there's nobody waiting. It's still a little early, so y'all go ahead and take your time. If it does start to get busy in here, I'll come back and let you know. You know what I mean? Because now I'm developing a relationship with you. Now you feel like, oh, she's looking out for me. In my mind, I could be wrong. Yeah. Everybody's different. Yeah. But to me, I feel like I would want the person to have a positive experience with me as much as possible, so that when it comes time to pay for that bill and give that tip, only thing they can think about me is good, positive things. Now, after they done paid and I done got my tip and they still sitting there, then I might be like, hey, ladies, the conversation's good and all of that. We can definitely transition to the bar, but we do have to bust the table. But even then, I still probably wouldn't be like, y'all know y'all got 5 minutes, right? I just feel like,
you got 30 minutes. Yes,
so 30 minutes. So that bothered me. And it's no shade to Miss Toya. Like I said, I don't want to bash a black business. I do think y'all want to go and have whatever they offer there. Please still support them, because there's plenty of white businesses that are just as shady, but if people keep going back. Yes, right? If not more. I'm not saying all these things to shade them. I'm just telling you what my experience was. And so that was that. And then we went, my book club, we went to see Reminders of Him. We read the book, saw the movie. This book club, what we've been doing now is each person has a month. So it's not at the same girl's house every month. Got you. The host of it. So March was my month, and I was like, oh, this movie's coming out. We'll read the book. We'll watch the movie. Do I recommend either book or movie? No. If I had to recommend something, it would be the movie. And I know a lot of people are going to be surprised that I'm saying this, but one, I like Tariq Withers. I think he's very handsome. And so I would tell people to go see it just for him. Just
to look at him.
But two, the author, Colleen Hoover, she to me, and I've said this before, she to me is a mediocre author. She's white. Her stories are mediocre stories. They're, to me, very similar to Lifetime movie stories. And as somebody who reads a lot, I have read books that are phenomenal by other white authors and by black authors. And those books don't, for whatever reason, they don't seem to get picked up for movies. But her mediocre ass books keep getting picked up for movies. And I can't help but to think that it's because of her privilege. And so, personally, that's just not something that I would want to continue to support. Now, I did it for book club because I guess in a way I was just trying to prove a point. We're going to read this mediocre ass book and we're going to see this mediocre ass movie. And when we have a discussion about it, I'm going to ask them, now, out of all the books we read, what was the reason why this was made into a movie? And you know what? Most of everybody agreed with me. They're like, yeah, we read some good books. This one wasn't even that great. But yes, she got a movie deal. And I just left them with that. I said, I'm not trying to push my opinions on anybody, but we all are in this book club. So y'all have been reading the same books that I've been reading. I'm just going to leave you with, why is it that the film industry has said, this is okay. This is what we want to see. So, I've been watching The Real Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
First of all, that lady crazy.
You been watching it?
No, it's all over the news.
Yes, girl.
She is all over the news. She is violent.
Girl. But okay.
Cancel her thing.
Yes. But the thing about it is this. As I'm watching this season, and somebody said this on TikTok, she was not ready to be on The Bachelorette. even when we ended season 2 and we had the reunion and she was still going back and forth with her baby daddy, and she had announced that she was going to be on The Bachelorette, she was not ready to be on The Bachelorette.
This is the thing.
Like, their relationship is toxic.
Yes.
She's still going back and forth with him. Fuck this nigga. The weekend, she had to be on the plane Sunday, sleeps with him Saturday. She wasn't ready.
So, with that, just that.
And before you say that, the domestic violence thing, I believe that ABC knew about it. Because if you watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, in season 1, her and her baby daddy got into a fist fight and the police were called. Mm-hmm. So she already have shown traits. So they knew what they was dealing with. Anyway, go ahead.
So I was on the Bachelorette part. I heard this in a Clifty thing that they were saying that when they had that black lady on, the Bachelorette, that it was just, she had to be perfect. They did a deep dive, done the form. They wanted this person to be squared. They say, so you, and then I think the consensus was that, oh, they're going to bring the brand down by having this DEI situation. But then you go to this person who has 2 children, is divorced, has domestic violence, is a Mormon. You have all these other things that just don't fit into what you consider your cookie cutter of what you wanted for the Bachelorette. But you okay with this, but you had all these feelings about this? The mediocrity and the bullshit that goes with this is annoying. But that's a clip that I saw. Go ahead.
No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. And this is why I watch it, right? Because I was getting my hair done last week and we were watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I don't watch that, but my hairdresser was watching it. And I was explaining it to her. I said, when I'm watching reality TV, they love to make it seem like it's only black people. And they shows like Love and Hip Hop and all these different whatever reality TV shows, it always shows the black people in this way. The reason why I watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is because y'all ghetto too.
Yes.
Y'all do the same shit we do. And let's perpetuate that.
Yes.
Let's see y'all acting crazy. Let's see y'all out
and
here.
And they acting a fool.
Yeah, let's see y'all out here doing all the same shit that they say is ghetto and ratchet that we do. Y'all do the same shit. And so, for me, I'd rather watch them than their... Even though it doesn't work the same way, they don't feel like they're responsible for their entire race. They can individualize themselves, whereas when we do something,
we internalize
it represents the whole race, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, let me watch y'all make your race look stupid. Let me watch you make Mormon women look crazy.
And the thing is, we have our pockets of things. I think this is put on a blaring headlight when it's black people. But most black women have that in us, but it's just not. We know how to. It's not on display all the time. I think the way these Caucasians act, it's more on display. It's just so not as noticeable because if it just nobody cares. Thing. But
they want us to feel like nobody cares.
I was listening to Kevin on Stage had Shawnee Henderson on there.
Okay.
And she was talking about housewives.
Okay.
And she was basically saying not housewives. NBA, what she did?
Basketball
wives.
Yeah, I don't watch none of them.
So so Shawnee did.
It's Shaq's wife.
It's ex-wife, yes. Yeah. And she started it. She was the executive producer.
Okay,
executive producer for it from the very beginning. And she said the way she marketed it, she was like, I just know, a couple of NBA, I could bring these people, and it was very easy for her. Back then, that was before like reality TV became as crazy as it is. But she was like, she really thought it was gonna be because they was gonna be brunching and lunching like they do, taking care of their kids, And she said she realized, and where she was like kind of like upset about it was the cast started realizing that if I act, the crazier I act, the more screen time I get, the more popular I get. Because now we have women who are have been in the shadows of their own husbands or boyfriends or whatever. You are so your success basically is based on that person. And so she kind of talked about that, but then she touched on like she had when she married her husband, she went to like a couple of church things, and some of the church, like she was on a panel, and one of the church ladies was like trying to give it to her, like, well, why are you it was like why how do you feel about basketball wives and this, that, and the fourth? She said, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, those ladies were getting paid to act a fool. Y'all act a fool just off GP. And y'all are worse than them. So, and she said, nah, I haven't been invited back after that conversation. But it's like, it's easy to point the finger, but y'all be doing the same thing. I'm looking at Sister wives.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are crazy. Honey Boo Boo Child.
Yeah.
That's definitely,
Yeah.
the redneck of it all. So it's like the real world people, those people were not all that, it was very few blacks. You niggas was crazy.
Yeah. And then last note on that is I just started watching Blue Therapy on Netflix. I might be saying it wrong, but Blue Therapy, I think it what it is. So me and Cindy have been having this conversation because she's young, and I be on my, I just be hyper aware to racial situations.
Okay.
And she sometimes feels like I be doing too much. So it's the whole cast is all these black couples, and they're going to this white therapist. I don't know what the dynamic. It's a UK show too, so I don't know what the dynamic of the show is. But I pointed out to Sydney. To me, it's interesting that the entire cast is black, and they're all going to this white therapist for couples therapy. And while there is nothing wrong with that initially, this is also a show that's being broadcast on Netflix to all over the world, wherever Netflix is. And it does have a subliminal message to it. And Sydney said, she was like, well, if you're looking for that, then that's what you might think. But I was just looking at it like, oh, they're all going to get therapy. I said, what the whole thing about a subliminal message is, it's not going to jump right at you.
Yeah.
It's subliminal. Yeah. I said, so what I'm picking up from this is that we live in the DMV, PG, Charles County, whatever, where in our reality, we know that we can go to a black therapist. Yes. We know we can go to a black doctor. We know we have black teachers and things like that. But in other areas where they don't see that, what this is doing is normalizing. When you have issues, you have to go outside of your
race to figure it out.
Exactly, or to get some help, or to have a voice of authority, or to have,
especially if you're talking about in UK.
Exactly. Yeah. And so what it is doing is normalizing that. It's showing the world that this is normal. And so then I said to her, so what if we were watching a show where it was all white couples and a black therapist? What would your reaction be to that? She said, well, I would probably be like, that's weird. And I'm like, that's my point. Yeah. Because we are conditioned
to being like whiteness is okay,
or to being that they have this superiority. So when we see black couples going to a white therapist, we don't even bat an eye at it. But if you saw all these white couples going to a black therapist, you may not be able to put your finger on it, but you'll be like, well, that's odd. And so I'm explaining to her that is how media can sometimes push a narrative and a message that they're not out. It's not a flashing neon sign.
Right.
It's subtle.
Yeah.
But and y'all, she only 22, right? So.
But the thing is, and I'm hoping that she sees the correlation just even in herself, that you would think this was weird, but you thought this was normal.
Right. And but in her mind, she feels like, well, both scenarios should be normal. Like, she's trying to move in this space of, why do we even have to delineate between race at all? And I understand that, and I get it, and I commend it, because I think she's growing up in a time where they're probably just so tired of this. They're just so, they don't want to deal with it. They're tired of it, right? And I get it. And I told her this. I said, the issue is that while you may be thinking like that, and maybe even your peers are thinking like that, you're growing up in a society where that has not been the trend. So I'm not saying that you're wrong for this, but what I am saying is that your point of view is pushing against a wave that is actively pushing back. So you want it to be like, well, everybody should just be able to do whatever they want to do and not worry about a race. Correct. But we're coming from a place of race being the emphasis on things for so long that you have to be hyper vigilant to these small little things.
I think what they fail to realize is that at one time in this world, this was a norm, and it wasn't necessarily race based. It was more religion based. Religion based turned into race stuff. Like, it's a revolving door.
Yeah.
At one point, Native Americans was like, you just different to us.
Yeah.
There's somebody else that's like, oh, you think we're different? Great.
Yeah.
Now I can take advantage of you wanting to kumbaya with us.
Yeah.
And then they get smallpox.
Even class, right? Or even
Yes.
sex, right? So you could have somebody saying, well, at one point women wasn't even allowed to be a therapist. You know, now here we are now. So it's like,
so y'all should be happy. You are giving the we should be happy where we are.
yeah.
And girl, no.
Yeah.
And what will happen is people will take advantage of that. You will be the person that, unfortunately, that they're like, oh, well, that just she's more acceptable.
And I can do, if more people start thinking like that, then we can get away with all these little I don't want to say microaggressions.
Yes, but microaggressions,
Yeah.
micro things
Yeah.
that aren't blaring signs, but we can get away with. Oh, you're so smart.
Yeah, it's like a subtle brainwashing
Yeah.
or subtle manipulation.
Yes.
And so, you know, whatever. Like my grandfather used to do this to me, right? So now I feel like, golly, I don't want to turn into Noble and make everything, because my granddad would be like, and the white man.
My daddy don't. My dad. And the thing is,
and it's like, and like, I don't want to be like their
space,
generation. You had to be hard like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be like that, but at the same time, I'm like, I do want to point these things out to her, because I'm not saying she's in La La Land, but I do think that
it would be. It's the thing is, you want, and as I tell the girls, you always want to be prepared for the worst, but hope for the best.
Yeah.
And where we are is not everybody's going to, not all Caucasians are like that. Years ago, though, my dad, when he was younger, my grandparents, more often than not, it was the transverse. More Caucasians were this way, and it was less that would be friendly and things like that. It has shifted,
mm-hmm.
but it doesn't mean that you won't be in a situation where you're with someone who's looking at you as though you are less than.
Right.
Now, the other part of that is, and you may get away with other things because of your complexion. It's a whole host of other reasons.
Layered. It's so layered.
That you may have been unexposed to certain things, because in our community, you're considered light skinned and cute. You know.
Not only that, you, like I said before, you live in an area where you are surrounded by mostly black people.
Yes.
So we don't really experience that much racism in this bubble,
yes.
right? In this bubble of the DMV.
Yes.
Because it is so diverse.
Yes.
That I can go weeks without having to see a white person, really, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, they slowly inching up in here.
Yeah, but even the ones that do, we live in an environment that's so diverse that it's hard for them to
show those colors.
Yes, because it's more of us than it is of them.
Yes.
in this little bubble.
Yes.
And so I think for her, having not been outside of the DMV area, this is all she sees.
I tell you what, God forbid, because you never want someone. I mean, you want them to, I'll say this. You want them to have to see it, but not endure it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to, like, there are certain things.
But I'm pretty sure if we went to Utah, it would be a culture shock for her.
You ain't go to Alabama,
right?
And see them looking at you stupid.
Yeah.
Like, now, and why are you in here?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, you know what? I think it was a big culture shock for Nay when she started working at the current job that she has, because she was like, and she'd be like, I just don't understand. I said, first of all, bring your vocals down. And you said, you need to wait till we get to the car.
Yeah.
Because you're saying something and you don't know
who's around you
and how they feel, whatever. But yeah, girl,
yeah. But the show Blue Therapy, it's a good show. You know, like it's no shade to the show.
It's just
it's a little underlying message.
Because the thing is, when you go into therapy, a lot of times when you start off in couples therapy, you start learning a lot about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those things that some stuff just doesn't translate book-wise.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the interview that years ago Denzel Washington had about, I can't remember the movie that he was in, but they were like, well, couldn't a white author, a white person have been a director? He said no, because with a black person, you might see the shop or the hair salon and you see that it's fine, but I can see it and I also know the smell of it.
Mm-hmm.
I know the this of it. He said it's just like the guy that does the Goodfellas. He is a Irish I mean, he's been and he knows what that is. So
immersed in the culture.
And when they have these conversations, they're the dialect that they're talking in, the way that they're having, when they walk into a pizzeria, or when they walk into, whatever shop, you understand. It gives a physical, not just like, oh, I know what that is. It's a physical thing that happens as well. Mm-hmm. And so he said it's just a difference. It's just a difference. It's like I could create a Korean drama if I watch enough Korean dramas, but when that they know their mindset is like, also they don't like each other because not just the class, but this and that, or this and that. And so like I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she was like talking about Bridgerton, and she said, well, she's like, I don't know, because I thought the little lady was cute, the what's her name, Sophie was cute, and she was like, I mean, for Korean standards, no. And I said, well, and so for me, I said, now, she said, she's like, in Korean standards, she isn't that's not somebody that we think that would be picked. And I'm like, really? Because I've seen some K-dramas, and I'm like, well, why is she even on the screen? And so we're also looking at different things.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, wow, it really was. I said she's a cutie patootie. But then also, what makes her, like, I've seen some of her like TikToks and stuff like that, which made me like her more because she got a little soul in there. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, so that I think that then it's like you find what is like, oh, okay, you gonna try to pop it like that,
yeah,
kind of thing. So I think that it also becomes what resonates with you in that person. And so if the things that she's doing also don't align with how you think of things as a Korean person, and then on top of that, it's like, well, she don't have lashes, she don't have this, and it'd be like, her face is too round, or her face is, so then it's like, oh, well, let me shut the hell up, because what am I talking about?
Yeah.
So I think it's all of those different things.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think that was another great episode. It was just, we give you a catch up. We give you a catch. You had a lot. Listen, you had a lot of things to say.
I did, actually.
You was watching some TV.
We didn't even. We'll do it next week. So I was gonna say, we didn't get into what we've been watching and what we've been reading.
And then we ain't even get into Druski, because that. Have you not seen Druski?
I have, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
What do you feel like?
Sometimes when things happen, it'd be like so much going on that by the time we get a chance to talk about it,
I know it'd be like, yeah. But the Druski thing, I'll just touch on this a little bit. When I tell you he does the most, she was very upset. She put out the cease and desist, and he said, "Parody, shut your ass up."
My thing with her is, I wouldn't have said, y'all, if ever I get to a point where somebody's like really like where my name or like something about me is really going in on the internet, I'm gonna pull a Beyonce. I'm not saying shit to you hoes.
I don't have nothing
to say. I'm not responding, and I'm definitely not gonna respond and admit
and say obviously he's talking about me.
Yeah, no, like that craziness. I would be. This is what I would respond.
I would be like,
that's so crazy that somebody would do that. Like, who is he talking about? Yeah.
Appalled.
Is that how y'all be acting?
And then, of course, I'm going to say that, and somebody going to be like, but wasn't this you? First of all, no correlation.
Hey, I will be delusional. Those things are completely different.
It was so funny.
I'm feeling Melania Trump when they was like, she copied off Michelle Obama. She was like, no, I wrote this myself.
Just lie.
I'm just going to lie.
I'm going to lie and die on that hill of lying.
He wasn't talking about me. That's completely different. His suit my suit was tailored. His wasn't. It's completely different.
Completely different. I'm not that big.
Yeah, I'm not that big. I wore nude lipstick. He's wearing pink. It's
right.
It's like, different.
So many differences. I don't know what you're talking about. That, and then all of the blacks, they like, now we know you have gone too far a few times, but they like, if she do blackface, take it to hell.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he then put up a picture of him and his white grandpa, he said, and check in me. It's like, no, shut up. Now everybody shut the hell up.
Yeah, I'm talking about us.
It's so funny to me. That crack, it just he did the most. It cracked me up.
And I also feel like if she wouldn't have said nothing at all, it would have
died down.
Yeah, but because she responded, now it's you reinvigorated it.
You reinvigorated, and then they were like, did Juicy get more views than the Trump halftime show?
Oh,
or the,
for sure.
And it was I think she like asked ChatGPT or somebody. And it was like, yes, by this many. I was like, now y'all have got to. It's so. I'm gonna tell you what the people gonna do, and the whites have jumped on this bandwagon. We gonna make a joke. Through all of the bad stuff that's happening, we gonna do a kiki.
And then what's crazy is when they try to make a joke about us, we still laugh. So like it don't hit. Like y'all tried to do an Uno reverse, and we like you ate that. You ate that.
That was hilarious. And that was hilarious. And you wanted why y'all not mad? Why we?
They be so mad when we don't get mad.
We talk about each other so bad just on GP. What you're doing is retaliation. We believe that that's what you're supposed to do. This is a part of the gimmick. This is the banter. It was so funny when. Did you see? We gonna go. We did talk about Ryan Bethea and Sterling. It's like that. When Sterling was like, "Yeah, I understand the man," but she going to hell with it. She was like, "That's why your mama got ALS." Now wait a minute. I just called you old. Now you have the line. Where is it? I don't know, and I don't know how to play this game, but I'm gonna be up in it. I'm in this damn game. It's so.
I don't have nothing else to say.
I don't have nothing
else.
At this point, the jokes are done and the feelings got to be hurt because I'm over it. And if I stop, then I look like a sucker. I need you to stop. What can I say to get you to shut the hell up? Your mama got ALS. Now take your glasses off and leave me the hell alone. It's so funny to me. It's so hilarious. So anyway, I did just want to talk about that a little bit because Druski, go ahead on and do your thing. He done talk about the church. The church folk lost their mind. Here we are, and I haven't seen all of his stuff. It's just when the main the thing is, the stuff that gets the most popularized is the hit dogs that holler. Mm-hmm. When the church is always like, it ain't us, sir. That was you last week. When it's hard, all the other stuff, when they show like different clips of him, his other stuff that he's done, like Whiteface or whatever, I haven't seen a lot of those. So, but this was funny to me.
We need to go so you can take an allergy.
I know, clearly. I got something going on. All right.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Drop down in the comments.
And we'll drink to that.